Hello and welcome back to our second match of the day for the IEM Sydney North American Open Qualifiers, #2. And we are now watching Rogue versus Haras. You're joined by myself, Jevons, and my co-caster, George Basil J. How are you doing?
I want to make a correction. You said Rogue versus hot ass. It's Rogue versus hot ass, man. Think
you
about
gotta
that
emphasize
name for a
it,
second.
yeah.
You got to emphasize that hot ass. It's the most important part of this entire match. Anyway, we're going to see the team's actually very split right now. Taking a lot of mid control is Rogue right now, but not clear aggression towards any CZ player. Bucktooth Bobby going to hear some shots, and Nico's going to splatter some bullets close to him, but nothing's going to come of that just yet. And Rogue looking like going for this execute. Smoke's thrown out, and the rotate surely going to come in from hot ass.
Yep, that ass is rotating over to the A side. Jack waiting for the attackers, and he gets one kill. MSL's down. But Nico and Sika there to pretty much just take care of business as Bucktooth Bobby will go down. Houston, last one alive. He's got a bit of armor to save, so I mean nothing, because Houston is dead now. And with that, we'll just give a quick shout out to our sponsors, the folks responsible for bringing these events to you today. That is ESL, Intel, Asus Predator, Game Fuel, and PaySafe cards. So thank you to them, of course. And this, now, we know Rogue. We do know Rogue. We don't really know hot ass.
I do.
You do.
I know plenty of hot asses.
Look, that's a story for off stream, buddy. We can talk about that one later. And the point I was working towards is Hot have a good chance here to actually research and read up on what Rogue are doing. Rogue, on the other hand, are probably just playing their own game, and we can see that because Hiko just Kobe's that knee onto Jack up in heaven there. So Hot have seen an early setback. They've lost the round, and they're, to be honest, they're probably going to get a bit of a wipe on this one because they have almost nothing to work with. In fact, literally nothing except for their USBs. But going forward, if they've got these strats memorized, this could be a bit more competitive than it looks on paper.
Look at this sitting in T, or just outside T spawn in tunnels. Might have been able to pick up someone, but they aren't going to get the frag. MSL's going to get caught out. They're going to run into Hiko as well. Hiko's going to take a dink. He's going to take a frag for himself, but Bucktooth probably going to pick up one. So now, going to get some SMGs out of it. Sick actually going down as well, but his AK isn't going to be recovered. But now, hot ass, got some SMGs to work with, and maybe a chance to take their first round here. On the CT side, very doable with those SMGs. But they are going to be up against a pretty solid reply from Rogue. AK's utility is definitely there for them. Although we do have the 4 AUG set up from hot ass, so SMG is just going to be forgotten about. So maybe that quad AUG might be the decider here.
That's a fleet of AUG right there, and that is something. Houston on the M4 does take out Vice early on. And there's a lot of information being picked up by Jack and Vec here, which informs a lot of decisions on Hot's side, so this is very good to see from them. If they're keeping their eyes on this map and making sure that they're not necessarily playing timid and getting that info, they could actually do something here.
Yeah, it's definitely doable, especially with Bucktooth Bobby picking up an AUG kill on MSL there. 6 going to be there in the same sight line, so he might even be able to pick up a second, but he's going to smoke it off. And now Rogue, not in a great position right now. Two frags down at a deficit. Nico's going to pick up one. Bucktooth there for the challenge with the AUG. He's got 2 players in the sights, 3. It's up 1. Hiko going down. Sick of the nailer. Nice shot.
Oh, he gets a kill as he's running out there, so Bucktooth, 3 kills. He's done a lot of work for his team here, and it's up to Sick, who's still looking to commit to this B site. Got 2 flashes, so anything that he might do here is it's going to be a bit of an interesting. We did just pick up a smoke there, I believe, so that's something. With 30 seconds left, I mean, he's going for the long run. The problem is that if he goes for this, he's going to have barely any time left, and I think Jack might just barely be in a position to hear him out here. Oh no.
Might be going for a save in all honesty. He's only got 10 seconds left to work with, and he's walking through unders right now. I don't think he's actually got much of a chance right now unless he manages to somehow pull off his bomb pump. But he's got two orcs staring right at him. And that quad orc play, it's going to come and do some work. Hot ass.
Yeah.
Actually taking that round with that quad orc shot.
Oh, I see an XM.
Oh dear. Already at that stage, only 4 rounds in, with the XM coming out.
Yep, we're going for the meme play a bit early on. Although that said, Houston might have a bit of a plan with it. If he gets these close angles here, then it might very well be a viable option. But this from Rogue, early positioning outside of B. Those grenades coming in really does a lot of damage to Hiko, and he got the kill with it. My lord. Goes straight out. Scene. Shotgun comes in. He gets 2 kills with that XM. That's too many.
He ran around the corner just shooting as fast as he could, and he managed to even pick up a kill from it. But Rogue do have control of the site and 2 players with guns.
Well, they're getting back.
Jack coming from the same angle too. Ooh. Come on, Jack. And he's got to do it. Great shots from him. Really came down to the wire with that one, but he manages to take down Sick. Good shots and clutches out that round for his team. Going to get the bomb defuse. Hot ass. Taking his second round, bringing this one to 2-2.
Yeah. That is... Well, I did not completely expect this. Oh no. you gotta ride that wave, don't you?
Oh, if it's
but
stupid,
works one round.
It works, and it's not stupid.
That's absolutely true. That's the sad thing about it. But Rogue got a bit of a mix bag here. We got an AK coming in from Sick, one coming in from Vice as well. In fact, yeah, they're probably forcing this one up. Now, does the XM work twice on this team, especially if it's in the same position?
So the only issue is that they don't seem to be going to B this time at all, really. So Houston XM not going to be that effective considering where Rogue are right now. They're playing long-range engagements. They've got the Deagles to do it. And then the 1 SMG, probably not going to be the best option for that sort of engagement, but that's going to be Hiko taking the flank. Houston's actually flanking them right now. Coming in through tunnels. He's gone up the ladder, shift walking. He's going to spot out Hiko here, and I don't think Hiko's going to realise. This could be disastrous if they hang around bathrooms too long and Houston doesn't get noticed. And it could very easily happen right here. Sneaking past the fountain. He's got 2 players back right there, but Hiko's going to come around the corner and spot him, but the XM's going to hit him from long range. Hiko going down. Sick's going to trade it out, so not the amazing XM play that we expected, but he's going to take down a frag either way. Now, hot ass, 3 players left versus 4. Rogue has control of the site. It's going to be a very difficult retake for them. Only they had an XM.
I don't know if they're expecting this. Yep, in fact, they were. They threw the Molotov. It was just too late. Because they know where Sick is, they're throwing utility onto him and bringing down quite a bit of health. Flash will come in. They might be able to do something. Jack getting an impressive angle. He is just clearing up shop here. He is getting so many kills, but he will eventually go down. They need to stick this defuse. Hold off on it as much as possible. Oh no.
Oh no.
That was just enough. MSL, great play from him. He basically is able to just toy with the diffusers long enough. Unfortunately, Bucktooth there, he had to take his attention away. So even if he got that kill into MSL, I think it might have actually been done already, because he would not have had necessarily enough time to properly deal with him. But that said, this is heck of a lot back and forth than I thought it might be. Houston finally deciding to retire the XM, for now at least.
For now, yeah.
Yes. Oh, Jack forcing up to that AWP seems to have paid off quite well at least. He takes out MSL, who is arguably one of the bigger firepowers on this side.
So definitely actionable by picking up that AWP, but I mean, if Rogue aren't expecting it, can be an absolute weapon, and securing that early advantage is pretty crucial. Especially at the AWP still in play too.
Rogue is set up for a more interesting A approach here. Sorry, B rather. Get onto the side. They're moving in. It's 1 kill. Hiko. He's going to get flanked though. Forward too far. And all things considered, Jack might decide that he just wants to save, but with only 2 players left. and with a likely save coming in anyway for the next round, does he go for this?
I mean, if he picks up one player, I can definitely see him doing it. He's up against an AUG and an AK though, so definitely things that need to be considered. And he's going to drop his pistol, maybe trying to bait out some players, which he doesn't manage to, because both playing in the same area off the site. Jack now made his way onto the site to pick up 2 frags, and the bomb's slowly ticking down. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to pick up anyone, and now they're peeking. 2 players gets taken down by Nico with that AUG, and that's the AUG dropped. But Rogue, Silver Lining, aren't able to secure it, so that's not something that Hot Ass is going to have to worry about for this next round.
Yeah, so that is a Silver Lining, perhaps a slight saving grace, but with almost, in fact, yeah, just about everybody sitting at 2,000 and not sitting $200 around there, we're not going to see too many buys. The only one's going to be a grenade, and I think we've got a bit of an eco train going here. And looking at the firepower on the side of Rogue, that's an eco train heading straight for the Mincer. It's not going to do what they need it to. Yep.
Vic picked up 1. That's money in the bank and money out of the bank for Rogue. But, I mean, whether or not it'll actually have a huge impact, we'll have to wait and see. Nico's still going to have an AUG, and we're going to see the 5 AUG stack from Hot Ass. So, it's worked really well for them before. Could definitely be a contributing factor to any sort of win that we see from them on this round, which I'm hoping we do. The AUGs really need a massive resurgence, as Hiko's going to miss that molly in a big way. Going to even damage himself with his own Molotov, which is a questionable tactic to say the least. But Houston, going to be the first contact point here, it seems like.
Oh, again, they're getting so much information up top there. You've got Jack and Vec doing a lot of good work that way. Houston even going for a cheeky bit of an early peek there. Bucktooth also getting a kill. What are they doing here? It's a Rogue. Vice and MSL are now the surviving players. They have to do something here. MSL starts with that. He gets 1 kill, but...
Jack has a great vision. Oh, but the MSL spots him out. He's too clever for that type of carry on.
Look at the health though, 4 HP left onto MSL, and they know that Hot's being perhaps a less experienced team are going to be a bit more tweaky when it comes to shifting between these sides, but Bucktooth, where something's happening, but he drops down just as MSL and Vice poke their heads out. And Snav, what does he want to do here? He's got a flash. It's going to be a save next round anyways. Can he actually use this smoke against them? I don't think he can. No, he can't.
4 health on yourself. So if he manages to pick up the frags quick, he could definitely do this. But
wow.
Popping him in the head as soon as he comes around the corner.
Excellent shooting there from MSL. Up continues Rogues. Pretty they've gained a lot of momentum. I think those first few rounds they were just easing into it. Rogue might have Hot Ass figured out here.
Molotov's going to work out this time, going where they want it to, but not going to have too much of an effect. Now Rogue taking really good B control right now. Slowly going to shift walk in. They've got the utility to take it, but they don't even really need it up against these pistols. Vic's going to pick up 1 on the flank, but B control can take it. But Houston hiding behind the barrels is going to pick up 1 for himself.
Yep.
And he's going to be happy about that.
That was the Julies. He did it with the Julies. I like Houston.
Yeah, I like him too. He's got the good plays.
Yeah.
He's got the plays that you'd expect of a player on a team called Hot Ass.
Oh yeah. At this point, I think Haas might have to back it up out of there. They've got the guns. They've got an egg at least. They don't have defuse kits, so anything past this point is really just exits. That's it. Back.
MSL really the only one picking up exits. He's going to pick up 3 players as he exits. All 3 of them. That's a 4K for him, even taking down Vex AK, which is not going to be the best result that they'll be looking for on this next one. Now they're going to be mega poor once everyone buys up.
Oh yeah. That's well, yeah, double AWP. One of them's a glass cannon as well. I mean, no helmets per chase there, except for the case of Vec, but up against AKs, it's a bit of a moot point anyway. Would like to point out though that even though it's 2-7, Hotas are still trying out some good things. They are going for information. They are actively thinking about changing their positions each round. Houston there looked a little bit funny, just gliding across to his position, but yeah. So it's. I think we're going to be able to see some good stuff from them going forward, like Bucktooth getting that shot, but Rogue perhaps just weighing in with the additional firepower and experience here are just able to tear through this team.
Oh, Snav picking up one. That's going to be the beat side take. Essentially halted for now. MSL though is just insane. He's just picking up frags left and right when they need them, and now it's going to be a 2v2, orphan and orb with double AKs. Bomb's going to go down as well. Hiko picking up one now, it's all on Vec with the orb. And Rogue going to play their normal B-site hold. Back up, but Hiko though, jumping headshot onto Vec. Rogue,
Yikes.
you can see the individual skill on these players though, like the headshots just absolutely insane.
Yeah, side note actually, if you wanna look at some interesting warm-up tips, Hiko's made a couple of videos for that, so definitely check it out. But it certainly shows why players like Hiko and MSL and that are able to get these insane, just mechanically perfect shots and peeks out onto different positions, and that is because of their training regimen. It's absolutely insane. Vec. I can think of a reason why he might have wanted to hesitate there, because initially MSL wasn't looking at him, and he might have been able to get some more information, but fortunately that delay, that hesitation did cost him his life.
Swan Jack, one man, 5 innings, a deagle, and a dream. But bro, they've got the B site thoroughly secure, plenty of utility to lock him out if it's needed. But I don't know if it will be up against a deagle who's just going to be sitting by the fountain hoping for some exit frags on this off angle. But not sure if any players will actually end up coming through this area. So Jack will live with that deagle and body armor, which is a, you know, like we've said, silver lining for Hot Ass, because the rest of his team really not good looking in the money department.
Which is not the greatest, but take a look here, Rogue. Interestingly, that they're not hunting in full force. They've been sending, yeah, they initially sent out 3 players slowly, but then kind of held off on it. Oh, there was a potential for something there, but that didn't work out. Yeah, I'd say at this point it's more from Rogue's perspective, it may more just be about not giving the enemy any more than they actually have to get. So yeah, I mean, one player survives on the CT side, but at the same time, if you go after them, do you sacrifice 1 or even 2 AK players to actually get them? Or MSL's waiting for this angle. He's crouched. Vec will get Hiko. So that's 1 high power fragger gone. So the rest of Hot Ass though, they're looking to play a little bit more conservatively. Well, back to their sites. No big information plays this time. And Jack is going to be instrumental, but Rogue, they're going to be flashing this site or something, or throwing out smoke first, then flash. They still have the angle lined up, so if Jack wanted to hold off on that angle, thinking he might be able to get something cheeky, then he could have very well have died for it. More utility coming into A does mean that we should see an approach on there soon. There's no fakes here. Oh, Jack with a flip.
And
lovely work.
As well, coming in. Snap going to get one for himself, and it's just Nico left up against 3 players, including a double AWP. The bomb's not down, it's sitting in the smoke, and they know where it is, and they know where he is. So Nico, big challenge again for him. But Hot Ass might be able to pull this one out, make this one 3-9. Fakes the plant, gets 1 frag. It's not a good start for Hot Ass to close out this round. Still hasn't got the bomb down, but he's got plenty of time, plenty of enemies to toy with.
Ooh. 4 rounds left. Swaps to the Org. Smart. Better than having to reload, and he actually nearly got his life ended. Nearly got deleted. Oh, they're going to see Nico, though, as he goes in. 2 toilets. This lower park area. So much pressure one man is able to put onto this side. They have to really commit to just killing him. And they don't have a defuse kit, so... I don't think they have that. No, they don't. So, yeah, Nico's got to be laughing about that.
I mean, yeah, that's just what you see from top-level players like we see on Rogue. Like, they're experts at being able to pull off things like that. And they know exactly what the enemy's going to do, and they know how to play them. And that's going to win them the round in the end, using that that sort of ability. You're going to see another AWP now. Hot ass, bringing it out again. Hasn't been amazing, but, you know, it's done some work for them. Hopefully they'll be able to use it to win a round, because it's been a while. And we've also seen the triple AUG setup, which has worked in the past tremendously well.
Well, they do get some great results from it down in that lower B site there, and Vec. Oh, what a time to open up, buddy. You have taken out SL, and you just take out Fight after it. Houston, they're keeping up the good work. Does get traded out by Nico, though. Nico takes us now. He's traded out himself, and it's down to Nico this time. And oh, no. You gotta know that feeling when you're sitting down and you plant the bomb and you just see a CT PQ, and there's that last just half a second where you realize you're done for. It's the worst feeling. But at 10-3, I don't think Rogue are gonna feel too sad about losing that one. As for Hot Ass, though, getting a win like that, a fairly... Oh, no. Yep, there we go. There's that balked Molotov again, and you can see it just chews through the side of Rogue.
Another Molotov from the CT as well, going to stall that B push. Players getting traded, but the site has been taken by Rogue. But 3 frags going to go the way of Hot Ass. Now it's the Sick left beneath Evan, and he'll obviously go down up against those 4 players. Like I said, the Orgs, they're doing work for Hot Ass right now. It's definitely probably the most significant factor in how they're winning these CT rounds while they're on the CT side. I'm curious to see what they'll be able to do without the Org, though.
Well, I mean, you still got the SG, but of course, slightly different approach to that. And you can see how they're always going for these AKs on the CT side, even though they might have had the more expensive option of the Org, which they purchased previously. So I think if anything, Hot Ass is probably preferring the AK there. So one thing to note is that Hot Ass in these later rounds seem to be a lot more in tune with themselves and what the other teammates are doing, but MSL, early frag, he's just running with the orb. He will tear through 3 players now? Yep. Yes. 4 players. Come on, give this man the ace. They won't. Hiko. That's an 11-4 half. That's not completely out of the ballpark yet as far as Hot Ass is concerned. They can work it. They can get back into this. They can put their back into it. But
no, they can definitely come back from this, but it's a hard ask. You know, hard ask. Sorry. Oh, messed that one up. Sorry. Like up against a team like Rogue, they're a great and very strong team, and coming back, you know, getting a comeback like this is going to be a very difficult thing to do. Actually, I do want to point out MSL sitting 21-8. He's going to buy a CZ this round without the armor. CZ in a pistol round, not something we often see.
No, but look at his positioning here. He's going straight for tunnels. He's not necessarily aiming to have his entire body exposed here.
Look at Hot Ass. Look at where they are right now.
Oh, they're sitting back. Houston, with his life paid, has provided some information from it. They're just going to descend into the tunnels here.
The mines of Moria are under assault.
Oh, that grenade does a lot of damage, and they're just getting chewed to pieces here. They're not able to get any real foothold of any location. Rogue being able to rotate and sort of catch these off angles against them, kind of jellyfishing away every time they had an engagement there. And you saw that in the lower tunnels when they moved further back. That's Vec. 1 versus 2. We've seen good things from Vec so far. A lot of them in the lower tunnels here, a lot of them opportunistic. So if he has to make these approaches onto the site here, if he has to be the attacking force, this might be a different story for him.
I'm not sure Sick heard him there shooting through the water. He's not going to rotate off either way. Both players are going to be sitting on this B site. Sick, nice shot from him. Hiko is also there to back him up, so Vec will go down, not able to clutch that one out. 12-4 now. Hot ass losing that pistol round for the first half, so this next one's going to be, you know, it's going to be a mountain for them to climb.
Absolutely, and with so many opportunities running out here, and against such a tough opponent, this is going to be very tough for them. Stick, getting the hops there. I think he's spotted out this approach onto B. Going into the grinder, the bomb will be dropped first. Sick gets a second kill onto Houston there, but Bucktooth is actually able to trade out Hiko with the Glock. Vec also able to score himself a kill onto MSL. And Vec with only 9 health is, yeah, they know where he is, so basically Rogue is just going to have to sneeze on him, and that'll be it. This round will be over.
Bucktooth has been doing work these rounds for Hot Ass. He's been picking up some pretty crucial frags and being consistent on top of that. So he's definitely been a star player for them. But now we see Vec. He's got the Deagle and the MP9. One-shot hero. Isn't going to hit on Sick. Sick could kill him in one hit. But this is a very difficult place to push through, especially with an MP9 up against these angles. You've got 2 players that could easily peek you at the same time. There's no chance you're living through that with 9 health. On top of that, bomb secured. Rogue knows exactly where it is, and what's going to happen, Nico is going to take him down with an unnecessary headshot. And it's going to make it 13-4. Rogue taking this lead very commandingly at the moment.
Absolutely. And with that, we'll finally see a proper buy round from the side of Hot Ass on T side. They have those AKs. They have the, yep, there we go. They have the SG. So that's, I guess that answers that question that we were thinking about before. What will they do without the orb? They will get the equivalent as they run through this rain of fire. It'll have to be Snav who saves them by basically killing off Nico and MSL. This brings us back to a 3 versus 3 situation. This still favors Hot Ass in some regards though, because they have one side they can really hit here, but with Sick coming around behind them and not seeing any T presence this far back, he may be able to get the call in early that they're not going for A. But it looks like it'll be a bit too late for that as Hot Ass approaches onto this other site. They've got the utility in. The rotates will have to come in. This gives them a bomb plant. This is workable. This is something that they've needed, and they've got to be wary of Heaven, wary of their rear approach as well, which is good if you're Hot Ass, and they'll take out Sick as a result. Being smoked off though. Not same thing on the CT side. We'll get the boost onto these sandbags here. Might give them the angle they need to properly defend.
Hiko's so kill. Low. Last pair, 13 health up against Snav and Bucktooth Bobby. And they're going to take this round. 13-5. Hot Ass. Taking one back for the second half. And they're going to hang on to some very important and powerful weapons as well. And Rogue aren't going to be able to have a solid response to that, because, like we see, a couple SMGs, a Deagle, CZ, definitely not the ideal weaponry to go up against what we're seeing on Hot Ass right now. 4 AKs and an AWP.
I'm still worried for Hot Ass, to be honest. This is still a very strong team. I think they're going to be incredibly dangerous in this matchup, regardless of whether they have a full buy or not, because this changes their approach to their defense. They take these different angles and they're potentially able to get something. In fact, well, Nico not able to land the shot into Snav there. Vec also getting himself a tasty kill onto Vice. And that's it. CT defense is split. Hiko gets one. He gets an AK for his troubles, I believe. Yes, he does. With Sick going down to 1 versus 4 situation, Hiko's so many rounds to work with. This is more about just trying to limit the T economy as much as possible. Get some kills, see what you can do. That's it.
That's all she wrote for that one. Now, 36 hot ass. It's taken a couple rounds, but we're coming up to the one that'll matter once Rogue have another eco. That'll be the next challenge, the next wall for hot ass to break through, the next booty for hot ass to twerk.
Gosh dang. Do not need the kind of degenerate speak on this Christian stream, but hey. Rogue, they're going in. They're going in fast. Swiggity swooty coming in for that booty. That is hot ass. And they're getting torn apart here. Only Nico left.
You can't say those types of things, man. Oh, Jesus. To say I've got degenerate language, look at you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, so hot ass gonna take that one.
They will. They will.
Hot org set up though from Rogue, copying some strats out of the playbook from Hot Ass's side. But, like I said, the weaponry's still there for Hot Ass. They've even got a scoped rifle of their own, even though largely seen as a bit less effective than the org, the CT side counterpart. So, nothing too aggressive yet. We've got Jack and Nico engaging each other, but it's a bit long range and not really going to be too much of a key thing. It's just going to secure that player advantage for Rogue early on, so that makes it a lot harder for Hot Ass, but still definitely doable for them.
And that approach onto Nico was alright. It was just slightly timed off, because the Molotov did land on Nico. It's just that he was able to stay there for an extra second or two, and then get the extra kill. If he kills, the MSL will get a kill onto a very forwardly placed Houston. Might ring the alarm bells for this A site. So finally getting traded out there. 2 versus 4 take situation though. This is stressful ground, stressful territory for Hot Ass to be in. Oh, yep.
Poor
Like
timing
ships
on the peak from both
passing in
teams.
the night.
Yeah. Molotov going out of position. Gonna push him out of position. Nico's just gonna walk him with the AWP, pick up both that AWP and his teammate. So Rogue taking back around, bringing themselves back into this. Hot Ass not able to beat them on the buy round. 14-7. Hot Ass, Cole's getting tight. They need to pull out something here. Maybe pull out with their funny strats that we've seen on the CT side. That's what's been securing them the win so far.
Yep, we did see Hot Ass going for a similar approach and basically shaking up things on the CT side, their positions, when they push for information plays, all that kind of stuff. And that was working. That gave some advantages to Hot Ass. When Rogue does it, it seems to be a bit of hell for the side of Hot Ass. So if they're able to keep up with that side of it, even though it is 14-7, we may see a few more rounds, perhaps even distantly, but possibly overtime for this matchup.
It's definitely doable. I mean, Hot Ass have shown us that they've been able to come back from some pretty perilous round timings, or scorelines, sorry. Snap going to get taken down, but Houston snuck forward, and he's going to take down both Rogue players via an MSL. That's huge from him, managing to sneak past and let his teammate sacrifice to the sacrificial lamb there. And now Hot Ass can control this A site because there's no CT players on it at all. Hiko's just rotating in now, and Sick and Nico. Nico just walk straight up through bank and pick up 2 players for himself. He's picked up 3.
Yep, that was
Nearly
the
the
worst possible time for Houston there, just to be swapping out weapons, because otherwise he had the angle, and that could have taught us a very different story. Plus, on the other hand, I think they're going to see this bomb defused, and not really much else that can be done with it. Nah, he had a chance to stop the defuse there, but fortunately, Rogue They've got each other's backs pretty well in that situation. They'll be able to stop them from being able to do that. It is match point for Rogue in a map that has been a lot more competitive than I think it was going to be. So massive props to Horace there for that, of course. But this is pretty much do or die time now. They have to stay alive. They're going to be able to do, though, is going to be another question.
You know, Horace, valiant defense by them against Rogue. Everyone knows Rogue, everyone knows the players on. Big names, big players. So to be able to put up a scoreline like this against them and show some relative dominance in some rounds is yeah, definitely something that deserves recognition. But now, going to see some slightly early map control from them. Jack going to pick up one with the AWP, and Houston taking some damage, but not going to pick up any damage for himself. But early advantage secured for Hot Ass. And now it's on Rogue to be able to adapt to this. We've got the one player on our side. Hot Ass slowly making their way around to the B side, figuring out how they want to go about this. Jack going to get picked up. That's the AWP down. That's not great for them.
Definitely not. This angle on the smoke, though, would have been assist the kill, though, but then it's up to Hiko to get 2 follow-ups there, get the trade as well. Vec is the man to try and help make this happen. He'll plant the bomb. I don't think that Molotov... No, it didn't. It didn't properly deploy, so that's utility gone. They realize that both CTs are here. They can focus their efforts. Trades will come in. They want to try and help each other out, and that is them gone. The bomb will be defused. Rogue win this one 16-7. Again, massive props to Hot Ass there. I think that if they didn't face Rogue this early on the piece, you'd see them advancing to the further on rounds pretty well. But I think this performance is something to be happy about. But anyway, quick shout out again to our sponsors, and that'll be ESL, Intel, Asus Predator, Game Fuel, and PaySafeCard. Please stick with us as we hop onto our next match. We're just going to be finding out what that is shortly. So I've been joined by myself, Jevons, and my co-caster, George Basil J. We'll be back with you shortly.